Hi everyone, my name is Rochelle and today I want to speak about something that majority of women go through, and everything I speak about on this channel is entirely based on the way I see things, my perspective on things and the research that I have done. So by all means, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take my advice or to believe what I'm saying. This is just a platform for me to share my knowledge and based on my experience and what other people have gone through, because I believe that our generation of young people are going through so much, but we never ever speak about it. We keep it inside and we never find solutions to all these problems. So let's just get into it, right? So today I want to speak about healing. And this applies to all the men out there as well. But today specifically, I want to speak to the woman, because I feel 99% of women go through this, and women are emotional beings, right? And men think logically. So I think men, they also go through this, but they have a way of overcoming it, right? And us as women, we take on so much and we end up never healing, right? So whether it's healing from past relationships, past hurt, past, like, whether you didn't have a dad in your life or somebody that has passed on, all the pain that you've been carrying, that's what I want to speak about today. Healing from all of that, right? And I think that we can agree that we have been hurt before, right? Anybody that's watching this can testify to being hurt before, and also possibly hurting somebody else, right? Because sometimes we hurt other people and we don't realize it. We don't see that we are hurting the next person, whether it's just maybe through your words or your actions. But I think we can all testify to hurting somebody or being hurt, right? So I feel that women need to go through the process of healing from the past, because healing is such an important process. It is such an important process that we just skip. We just miss the entire process of healing, and we end up just living our life carrying all this pain and all this hurt. And what ends up happening is we take all that and we enter into new relationships without ever healing. We go from relationship to relationship to relationship without ever healing. So I'm going to give you guys a practical example, right? Because I feel practical examples help us with the steps and process of actually making it a reality and how we overcome these things, right? So if I use an example, if you ever played sports in your life, right? Or even if you didn't play sports, whether it's playing tennis or soccer or volleyball, any type of sport, you know that when you injure yourself, whether it's your wrist or whether it's your ankle or your leg or any ligament in your body, right? You cannot play the next day. Why is that? Because your ligament or your ankle is not gonna perform at its best. If you hurt yourself today, right? Or one of your bones break in your body, and you go out into the field the next day and try to run or try to hit that ball, what is going to end up happening? You're going to put more strain on your wrist or your ankle and put more pressure, and what's going to end up happening is it's going to become worse. The pain is going to become worse because you haven't went through the healing process, which is so important. If you think about any sportsman, right? When they injure themselves on the field, what ends up happening? Do they continue playing? No. they take them off the field. So what is the process that we have to go in order for us to heal? So I'm a fan of rugby, right? And being a South African, winning the World Cup was an amazing experience. But I will use Cheslin Kolbe as an example, as during the World Cup he injured his ankle, and when he injured his ankle, he had to go through a process in order for him to heal his ankle. And the first thing that he had to do was he had to go or undergo an x-ray to find out exactly what was the cause, right? And that's what we need to do, right? We need to first undergo an x-ray to find out what the problem is. And there's many ways in which we can find out what the problem is. Some people do it through journaling and writing things down. Some people would do it through speaking to others. But we need to find out what hurt us and who hurt us. So if you just close your eyes, right, for 2 minutes, just close your eyes and just tell me what comes to mind, the first thing that comes to mind when I ask you this. Who hurt you? That is the thing that you need to deal with. And once you have found out what is causing your pain, what is causing you to be so angry and depressed and sad and so like you don't want to move on with life. So once Cheslin Kolbe has undergone the x-ray, the second thing that he had to do was he had to undergo surgery. He had to undergo surgery for his ankle. So the surgery that you have to go through is, you know, when we go through pain and hurt, it's not something that you can deal with on your own. You need others around you to help you with overcoming that hurt. So it can either be through like a therapist, or you can go to your friend or somebody that can give you the right advice. Somebody that's more wise, somebody that's more older. Some people go to people at church to assist them, to pastors, but you need to speak to somebody who is there for you, who is there to give you the right advice and to also support you. And once you have that support, the third thing that Cheslin Kolbe had to go through is he had to go to a therapist. He had to do physical therapy in order to heal his ankle before he went out on the field again to play. So most of us don't go through this process of first going to therapy. You have to go through the therapy in order for your ankle to heal. Right? So if we think about it practically, if you hurt your leg, you cannot just go the next day and play on the field again, or just sit in bed and just say, just be depressed and sad and just say, Ish, I was hurt and I'm not going to do anything. No, you still need to get around. You still need to live your life. You still need to do things. Right? So you need to find something to do to make you overcome that hurt. Some people like listening to music, putting on a gospel song and just listening to praise and worship. Other people like reading the Word of God. It gives them strength. So you need something to give you that strength to move on with life and still live your life. You cannot just mope in bed and cry and eat all day and stuff yourself. No. So once you have gone through that therapy, the next thing you need to do is you need to be able to play at your best. You need to be able to play at your best. Because you see, the thing about this, right? If you don't go through this process of healing, you're going to end up being with somebody else and enter into different relationships and bring all that past hurt and pain into that relationship, and you're not going to play at your best, because it's going to be holding you back, because you are too scared of getting hurt again. You're too scared of being rejected again. So what ends up happening is you don't give your best. You don't give your 100% best. You don't bring your all to the game. Right? You're going to go out there on the field and you're going to run, but you're not going to run at your best. Picture if Cheslin Kobe had to go on the field without going through the healing process, right? While being part of the World Cup. Do you think South Africa would have won the World Cup? Him being part of the team, right? And being an element of the team. And him being somebody that is so fast and knows how to run and get his way around the field. If he didn't heal his ankle, he wouldn't have played at his best. So that is what we need to go through. Women, this is so important. For guys as well. But this is so important for us to go through this process. Because that's why most women say, all men are the same. All men are trash. All men are this and that and that. Because we base it on past experience. We base it on past experience, and because we have not been healed yet, that when people come across our path, we think that they're all the same. And what ends up happening is we start pushing people away, and we never see the good in people. Because you compare and you think that you're going to get hurt again, and you don't give your best to the next person. So it's so important for us to go through this process. And you know what's the beauty of life? After Cheslin Kobe has went through that healing process, the therapist said that he can go and play again. And what happened? They won the World Cup. That's the beauty of life. Once you go through the process of things, it becomes so beautiful, because you have laid down all that burden. You know, other people also go through hurt and pain, and having to place that burden on somebody else, having to carry their hurt and your hurt as well, is not fair. We as women need to do these things. You know, we have everything going on for us, right? But we miss this one thing. We miss this one thing of healing, which is so important for you to be your best. My desire is for us to be at our best in everything in life. For us to learn what we need to do in order to become better people. To become high performance people. To become high value women. We get everything else right. But this one thing is something that we need to work on, so that it doesn't affect us in the future. Right? So guys, if we do the work, we will see the results of it. And it will be a beautiful experience. You know, the number one thing is, whatever you go through, if you're going through that process, you need to set a goal. You need to set a goal for what you would like to achieve. That after you've gone through the therapy, after you have sat with somebody and spoken to them, that you need a goal. Because so many people go through the process, they've done the work, and they're still at the same place. They're still at the same place because they haven't put a goal to it. So put a deadline in what you would like to achieve. To say maybe in a couple of months, in maybe 5 months after my therapy, I want to reach a point where I see men in a positive light, where I see women in a positive light, where when I think of the past, when I think of somebody that has passed away, that it doesn't hurt me, that I can think of the good things and not only the negative. Put a deadline, put a goal to it, so that you can live your life at your best and be the best version of yourself and give your best to the next person. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who supports me, to everybody who watched this video. I really appreciate it.